Alright, I figured out what happened. So I've made a couple videos right now, and it kept stopping filming, and the reason why it stopped filming is it has a low battery. So I've plugged it in, but if I jostle the cord, it'll stop filming. Please, malt liquor gods, allow this video to take place, because really, after you repeat yourself about 3 or 4 times, you're done. You're like, screw this, I'll do Valentine's Day video next year. So I'm not going to repeat myself because I can't stand that. Malt liquor, you can't tap on the glass again because it's already been cracked. God damn it, Dorf. The malt liquor, though, is tasty and delicious. And ice cold. It snowed last night. So I can't touch the camera. So basically, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Except for Dorf. Though I do want Dorf's family to have a good thing. Good fall. Blah, blah, blah. I want Dorf's family to have a good Valentine's Day, of course. I just want Dorf to have the kind of day that I expect from Dorf. And, like, as you remember, when we left off from Dorf's, I don't want Dorf to have a good Thanksgiving, Dorf had bought a turkey that had been bit by a zombie, and then processed, sent to his house. It reanimates, chases Dorf around. Hilarity ensues, and you have to admit, like, not a single one of you would fight that turkey. Every one of you would run. Like, you wouldn't think, don't worry, everybody, if the turkey's neck has already been severed, it can't bite you. Let's see how far we can kick it. You would not do that. So I imagine Odeed would, like, grab the turkey, like Wish would shoot it with a bow and arrow, stick it to the ground. Odeed would then pick it up and then flick it into his neighbor's yard that has the yappy dog. That's what I see. Classic Odeed reference with a little Wish thrown in. Though, I don't know. I'm so out of date now with the malt liquor community. Anyway, let's get back on track. At least you know that wasn't rehearsed. So I don't know. Like, I guess I really want a cherub to show up at Dorf's house with an actual bow and arrow. And I'd imagine like a cherub, like with those little teeny angel wings. Like that can't be aerodynamically accurate. Things got to be like a wobbly hummingbird. And you imagine like how hard it would be to shoot an arrow. I mean, I guess that's why love is so hard to find, because Cupid is aerodynamically challenged. That would be a good bumper sticker. So I imagine him running from room to room through his backyard, away from this little baby with a bow and arrow on these tiny little wings. But also, the turkey's still around. The turkey might be anywhere. Like, it's not in that day-to-day constant battle to get away from the turkey, because eventually it works its way into a crevice underneath the house or behind the garage, or into your engine compartment or something. But just like in a Godzilla movie, sometimes something happens that brings it forth. And I imagine a little baby flying around shooting arrows, bound to knock something over. Turkey was probably stuck behind the refrigerator. Refrigerator falls over, turkey comes shooting out. Next thing you know, flying baby, zombie turkey. And more hilarity ensues. That's all I got. I think the rest of things I would venture to say on Valentine's Day is, while shopping in the store today, I got an unusually large amount of eye contact by lovely ladies. They're like thinking, this is my chance. This is my last chance. What's that guy got in his cart? What did I have in my cart? I bought chicken, an oven mitt. The oven mitt lady followed me 3 lanes. When she saw me get an oven mitt, she's like, this guy's domestic. And here's how I picked the oven mitt. I walked by the oven mitt thing and reached out and grabbed one as I passed it. I didn't think, what color oven mitt defines me as a man? I just grabbed an oven mitt because I burned my Dorf finger last night on pizza, and my oven mitt had a hole in it. I was deeply disappointed in the searing pain I experienced. Malt liquor. So anyway, thoughts on Valentine's Day. I always kind of liked it. I always thought, like, as far as, like, it's like an excellent excuse to celebrate your coupleness, but not go overboard. I always thought the basics, flowers, going out to eat, or better yet, getting some Thai food takein or something like that, like take to go, bring in, delivered. Delivered would be even better. Yeah, no big deal, but it's fun to celebrate. It's fun to celebrate being in a relationship. Though, of course, I'm not in a relationship right now, and probably not forever. And so I was walking around watching a couple couples at the dog park, and I'm like, good luck. Well, what do you want out of life, Earl? You might ask yourself, if you don't want love and partnership. And you know what I'm thinking, honestly? Wood stove. I want a wood stove, folks. And I was thinking, actually, a wood stove, I could get one right at the corner, right down by my house. They're like $300. And they come with a pipe kit. So basically I'd walk in there and like, all right, so I got to buy the stove, right? Is this the pipe kit that goes with it? And they're like, yeah, man, it is. I'm like, okay. And I walk out the door, come over here, fool around for a couple hours, install it. And by fool around a couple hours, it's like, putting in a wood stove's no joke. Malt liquor. And if you want to do it right, it involves some shenanigans. I saw one person, there's like the backdrop and the side drop. That was made out of cast iron. That's a serious chunk of steel. But imagine like how much heat that would reflect off and how much heat that would absorb. Also imagine that thing oxidizing. Because the stove itself, the wood stove itself, was also cast iron, and it occurred to me, like, they paint it with something that burns off, and then you'd have to treat it with something. And I know there's like oven paint, but I was thinking about treating it like you would a cast iron pot. Honey, I'm making a video. Malt liquor. Basically, I was like thinking about, what if I slather up my my wood stove with Crisco oil or something like that. What do you have on your eye? This is what, when Akila like wants my attention a lot, I start feeling around like, well, what stickers do you have in your skin? Do you have any ticks or anything like that? What can I start picking on at you? And he's like, leave me alone, Dad. But then I'm thinking, do I put it in this room? Because this room is really small. It'd be nice for it to get really hot, but I think it would almost be too easy to get really hot. So do I put an addition on this because I've got all that wood from the tiny house? Do I extend this? Do I put a door in that wall? And I know not to touch my phone now because it'll stop the video. Do I put a small door in this and then like extend out this shed? I don't know. Actually, I even looked at sheds today too. I'm like, well, maybe I could just have them build me another shed. They had like 10 by 20 sheds. They're like $4,000 to $6,000, but they were dope. Big, like the barn door things opening up at the side, and some of them had little patches. Oh, one was porches, but one was made out of cedar shake, and it was gorgeous. But cedar looks great before it weathers. I mean, then it turns gray. I mean, then that looks great too. But like selling this brightly colored red shed, what you know it's going to be like a dull gray by next year. Anyway, man shed thoughts. I really want to build a porch on this. I love the idea of sitting out on a porch, putting your feet up on a railing, having a rocking chair, having a banjo. I don't want to play the banjo though. Banjos are like the harmonica. Like I think that like I played the harmonica for a little bit. I liked playing the harmonica. I think I'd like playing the banjo, but it's hard to get right in a way that doesn't sound. I don't want to say annoying, but it's kind of annoying. Like trying to annoy somebody with the violin, that's difficult. Even when you're playing that Cajun, even when you're going crazy with that Cajun style of fiddling, even I enjoy the hell out of that. I think we've covered the basics. I think I've rambled. I think everyone knows that I don't want Dorf necessarily to have a bad Valentine's. I just want it to involve some sort of hilarity that I could get a kick out of. You know, that kind of thing, like something else is happening to someone, something bad, or, well, is it bad to be chased by a flying cherub with a bow and arrow? Yeah, it's bad. What's happening to somebody else? So you could get this kind of vicarious sense of threat with this comforting sense of safety, which is, I think, why we watch those danger sports and stuff like that. Like we watch something bad happening to somebody, which you know would make you cry. Like when I burned my finger on my pizza last night, I know that made me cry. But somebody else, if they watch that on a video, go, ah, that guy's a jackass. Now all I need to do is, like, I guess, touch my phone a little bit and it'll just stop filming. All right, everybody, malt liquor.